All right, thought we had actually a really good week of practice. Kind of stressing some things down the stretch here. I talked to Jim Sorgi earlier in the day just about different things in the dome to be prepared for, so kind of share that with the kids. This time of year, obviously, a lot of guys don't think about hydration, but playing in the dome, that's a big, big deal for us to do. So I like the guys. They've locked into the game plan. Health-wise, Pete's done a little bit all week long. He's going to travel with us. It'll probably be more of a where he's at tomorrow. We're going to practice actually in the dome tomorrow, go through our normal Friday practice there in the stadium and get a feel for everything. So kids are excited.
What else, in addition to hydration, did Sorgi talk to you about playing in?
Really, he said just the first time going one way, apparently they have some low sweets that you just need to be aware of because they're in the vision of the, he said it was unusual the first time you see it, so it's good that we're going over there tomorrow.
Talk a little bit about your reaction to all the Big Ten accolades this week that you guys had.
Well, on Sunday when I got the notification from Brian before it got all released, I was kind of taken back, and I expected it. I thought we had a lot of really good players. I was excited we broke the record. I think we had 9, which is the most they've ever had here, and I think that's one of the best that they ever had in the conference all time. To kind of put it in perspective, that half the team is almost all Big Ten. Half the guys are Wisconsin players. I thought it was great to get certain guys recognition. For Josh, and somebody said to the coach, if there's one kid you were, I'm happy for all of them, but Josh Oglesby, everything he's gone through to get recognized by both the media and by the coaches, I think was very special.
You kind of predicted this for Josh last year. Were you predicting with your heart or your head at that?
No, Josh, as we all know, is very gifted. He's had so many unfortunate breaks, from an injury standpoint. And I thought he'd come back and play really, really tough, and it's exactly what has happened. I can't imagine, only he knows how much pain he's in, but he's battled through. And I tell you who's really the NFL people, there's just not a lot of Josh Oglesby's walking around this earth. There's not a lot of guys that are that big, that athletic, that powerful. So I think he's truly going to get rewarded for his play.
Are you starting to have a confidence in the right side of your line like you had on the left side?
I get it. Kevin's very good. Travis, I thought Travis did an excellent job at center this past week, and Ryan really played. He's obviously new to his career, playing, but that was his best game and against very good competition. 71, I think, is probably one of the best defensive tackles in our league. We're going against another one this week, 99, I think, is right up there. So, but those 3 guys inside really played well.
If Phil had the 2 kicks out of bounds last week, if he does one of those this week, do you just say we're just going to go to sky kicks?
Well, he actually last week was doing an 11-step approach, and then really got under control back to when he was doing the 5-step. So that's what we'll do again this week. After he did that, didn't really have any problems. So.
Does it feel at all like a distraction when you hear rumors about your offensive coordinator going to a certain school? It's the biggest game of the season, and you got that stuff going around.
Yeah, I've had to deal with it for the last 6 years. It's a positive thing for Paul. I give Jeff a little bit of heat, but it's understandable that there's going to be a close radar. But I walked down and I told Paul, because we were in the office. Monday you just kind of grind, and Paul was walking down the hill. I said, "Hey, come here." And we kind of already talked about some things, and I said, not only is it the outside world, but I had 3 people in our hallway today ask when you left to go interview for Illinois. And it was kind of funny. He and I both started laughing about it. But Paul's got, there's people that are legitimately interested. And the one thing I know about Paul, he's all about this Saturday. And next week, professionally, if he's got to do some things, he and I have already discussed. He's up for the Assistant Coach of the Year award out in where's that at? Arkansas, the Broyles Award. So he's flying out to that. I'll help him. Just like I did Dave last year, if somebody's got an opportunity, I'll back them 110% just to try and help them get their opportunity.
You said at the beginning you stressed some things as the week went on. What were some of the things you stressed?
Well, I think this game is typically going to the team that plays the best for 4 quarters. We obviously had a bad second quarter the last game. Really had a bad third quarter the year before. Special teams, Tuesdays we work 2 units, Wednesdays we work 2 units, and kind of stressed on those independent days with our coaches as well. And, just the physicality of this game. It's a very, very physical. That's what they pride themselves on. That's what we pride ourselves on, and you got to be ready for it.
You were asked about Golston earlier in the week. What impresses you about him? You think he's going to be pretty motivated, having missed the first?
He's long. We recruited. I remember having him on campus here, and I saw him, I think, when he was a sophomore in high school, and he's pretty then. Very, very long, which makes him difficult to defend because he can get leverage on so many different things. Very athletic and plays hard. Their D-line coaching me. They're very well coached. And so, all those things together add up to what his problems are. And the good thing, when him and Worthy are next to, it's not a good thing for us, but a good thing for them, you got 2 dominant pass rushers on the same side of the ball, and that's a difficult thing to deal with.
Will counts go through the walkthrough, and then we make a
Well, Friday is a pretty, for us, it's a pretty especially in offense, it's full go. I mean, we back off on the pads, but it's full movement and moving and everything. So yeah, we'll make kind of decision from there.